All right, the third voting method is called the plurality with elimination method. And plurality by itself is just everybody gets one vote and whoever gets the most votes wins, period. But plurality with elimination makes it so not only do you have to have the most votes, but you have to have the majority of the votes. So originally, when we did the Anne, Ben, Karim, and Doreen problem, there were 33 votes, and Karim won with only 11 votes. 11 over 33, that's just 1/3 of the votes. In order to have the majority, you have to have more than half. So right here it says this process continues until a candidate receives a majority of the votes, and a majority is more than half. That's what a majority is. Now, so you do the vote, right? And as I recall, Doreen only had 3 total votes. So when we originally did the plurality method, let me jump back to that table. It looked like this, and you were only interested in the first place votes. You know, that's all you put down on your little voting paper, one name. But if you're going to do it with plurality with elimination, you need to know everybody's second, third, and fourth choice, because if their first choice gets eliminated, then they have to pick their second choice. And so each voter votes for one candidate. A candidate receiving a majority of the votes is declared the winner. If no candidate receives a majority of the votes, then the candidate or candidates with the fewest votes is dropped from the ballot and a new election is held. And you can see that these are still the same number of votes, but Doreen only had 3. So they went through here and they said, well, Doreen is out. Now, they crossed out every D, but let me use a different color here. These 3 people who originally voted for Doreen now have to cast their votes. If they vote again, those are the only 3 whose first place vote got eliminated. So everybody else will probably still vote the same way, but these 3 are now going to give their votes to Anne. So what they do is, and I will not be doing this, but in the PowerPoint, they actually take this table and remove all those D's. They literally take all this out, and then anything that's missing, they just slide it up so that instead of having 4 rows, you now only have 3. So when you look at this last one here, it's now going to say ACB. And right there it says ACB. They move everybody up. Okay, so now we're looking at when Doreen got eliminated. Now we have Anne, Ben, and Karim. And Anne has 7 votes here, 3 votes there, and 3 votes there. That's 13. And then Ben only has 9 right here. And then Karim had the 6 and the 5. She still has 11. But this time, Anne takes the lead. However, is that a majority? Now remember, there were 33 votes. If I take 33 and divide it by 2, that ends up being 16.5. That's exactly half. You have to have more than half, and since you can't have a 0.5 of a vote, 17 is what we're looking for. The first person who gets 17 or more votes will be declared the winner. Anne right now is in the lead, but she still doesn't have the majority. So now we're looking at, well, who gets eliminated now? Ben. Ben's out. He only had 9. So what they do is they're like, okay, bye-bye Ben, bye-bye Ben, bye-bye Ben, bye-bye Ben, bye-bye Ben, bye-bye Ben. All right, they take those out. Oh, sorry, they did that down here. Ah, you know what I'm doing. So they remove Ben, and then they slide it up again, and now we just have 2 rows left. And we're now looking at Anne, and they highlighted her in the pink. So Anne has 10 and 3 and 9, and that adds up to 22. Karim still only has 6 and 5, which is still the 11 votes from before. So Anne's now the winner. She got more than half, and that's plurality with elimination. So I'm gonna do pairwise comparison. Is going to take me a little longer than the 4 minutes I have left on this time of 10 here. So I will do a third video, and then we'll get to my math lab questions.